Hey folks, today I'm going to do a video on one of my favorite 45s. One of my favorite 45s is this Baer Thunder Ranch. Get a close up there so you can maybe see the logo on it. It's a Baer Thunder Ranch and 45 ACP. Best I know, that's the only caliber he makes it in. Is 45 ACP. Now, this is an older one. I bought this thing around 2007. I guess it was around 2007 when I bought it, and I've carried it a lot. This used to be my everyday carry gun. I carried this gun every single day, but where I work now, I have to carry a Glock, so I carry a Glock every single day. But for about, I don't know, 6 years or so, 5 years, 6 years, something like that, I carried this gun every single day. And I'll show you what I carried it in. I carried it in a Milt Sparks Summer Special. So I know a lot of y'all probably think this is old school, but this combo right here, I'm gonna tell you, boy, that is a comfortable combo. Carry it with just a rigger's belt, an instructor's belt, whatever you want to call it, a nylon belt with a metal buckle. But I've carried this gun every single day for about 5-6 years in that combo. And you can see it's well worn. It's worn in pretty good. But I probably don't have but about 4,000 or 5,000 rounds to this gun. Still smooth as could be. But like I said, I probably don't have but about 4,000 or 5,000 rounds through the gun. But the finish on it was looking pretty rough after my time of carrying it. So I thought, you know what, I'm gonna give her a little facelift, and I Cerakoted her black to bring her back to life a little bit. She was a faithful companion for 5 or 6 years, so I figured I'd give her a good finish job and bring her back to life a little bit. This is exactly how I carried it though. I carried it with these VZ grips on it. Don't know how well you can see them, but the VZ grips, slim grips, Smith & Alexander magwell. It's a slim magwell, it's not the standard thick one. Got the EGW thumb safety on it, STI short trigger. I do those to every one of my 1911s. EGW wide thumb safety, STI short trigger. This one, I did this sight setup before most companies were offering this kind of setup. I bought a 10/8 156 rear notch, and I've got it paired up with an XS big dot front sight. So I know here recently a lot of companies, they're big into offering a blacked out rear sight and some kind of colored front sight. But I was running this back in 2007, just like this. I couldn't find anybody that was offering that kind of sight. Fiber optics hadn't really taken off. Trigicon wasn't offering their whatever they call them, their HDs or whatever it is. Ameriglow wasn't offering theirs. Basically, you could get a 3-dot sight set up, or you could get an all black sights. So I didn't like that. I wanted something that was going to draw my eye to the front sight, so that's the setup I went with the XS big dot front sight and the 10/8 U-notch rear sight with the 156 notch. It served me well. There's a little point of impact shift, but it's not much. You'll be able to see when I shoot it, it's not much of an impact shift. But this was my first high-end 1911, and I will never get rid of this gun. This is my baby right here. So she has run everything I put through her. I've taken her through several classes. She runs like a sewing machine, just keeps chugging along. But this is a good gun for the money. When I bought this gun, I think they were going for, man, I don't really remember, in the $1,400 to $1,500 range, something like that. Now I think they're going in the $1,800 to $2,000 range, something like that. I hadn't really looked at them in a while, to be honest with you. But yeah, if you're looking for a 45 ACP to carry, 1911 platform, you can't go wrong with this Thunder Ranch. And I hadn't shot her in a few years, so I'm gonna take it out today and do a video with it. Hope y'all enjoy it. All right, I'm gonna start the day off with doing my 5x5 drill. Kind of hard to do a 5x5 drill with a 1911 unless you got some 10 round mags. So I'm gonna start my 5x5 drill out with 10 round mags and then reload with my 8 or 7 round mags. So let's see how I can do with a single stack. I hadn't run a single stack in a while, so let's see how I can do with a single stack. I'm not going to try to go all out. I'm going to try to pace myself with this first run and try to judge where I'm at. Big baby still runs, don't she? Boy, that's something else. Go down here and look at this target. Not too bad. Decent time. 765. Let's go down here, take a look at this thing, show you what it does. Look at that. Look at that. And then 3 in the same hole. Boy, I'm gonna tell you what. Big baby still likes to run, and I still like to run her. So let's try that again. Second go around with my Les Baer Thunder Ranch on the Baer Solutions drill. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Yeah, got it down into 6s. Yeah. Big baby still likes to run. Well, that's one heck of a gun right there. Take a look at that masterpiece. Old Les sure builds a good one. I like it. Let's move on to something else. All right, I'm gonna run my 5x5 drill this time. And now, I'm not shooting powder puff loads through my girl here. I'm shooting factory 230 grain ball through it, around 850 feet per second. So it's full powered stuff. I'm gonna shoot my 5x5 drill here, and let's see what kind of time I can get on it. Not bad. 1491. Go up and look at it. It's not bad. I had a line cutter on it, but it's still in. So let's look at here. That's my first shot. Everything else is in there. Everything else is in there. So not bad. So it's 20 rounds in 14.91 seconds with reloads. Let me see what my reload times were. They're not going to be super fast with a single stack, I can guarantee you. One of them was a 3.19 seconds. That's terrible. One of them was a 2.91 seconds. Not very good. 2.81 seconds. So that kind of tells you what my reloads were. Single stack slows me down a little bit. If I practice with it, I can speed it up some, but yeah, when you go to reloading a single stack magazine into that narrow mag well, it's going to slow you down a little bit unless you practice with it all the time. Now, these guys out there practice with it all the time, shoot, that ain't nothing to them, but I'm used to shooting double stacks now, so it's a whole lot easier to reload a double stack with that tapered feed lip on it. So let's move on to something else. Alright, I'm going to try to show you what the recoil looks like on full power 230 grain hardball. I'm going to shoot it once in regular speed and once in slow motion. So let's see what it looks like. Gotta get used to that trigger again. Let's run it slow motion, see what it looks like. It's not bad at all. I actually like the recoil impulse of a 45 because it's more straight back than flip. So when you shoot a 45, yeah, it pushes harder than a 9mm does. That's exactly what it does. It pushes straight to the rear instead of wanting to flip. 9mm wants to flip a little bit, where 45 just wants to push straight back in your hand. So we'll run some different drills. All right, we'll try to do some transition drills with the Thunder Ranch, and get her to stretch her legs a little bit and see what we can do. Not too bad for an old girl. Of course, I got to get warmed back up to it again, but it's a different experience. Give me a week or two with it. I'd be as good with this as I used to be. I'm used to shooting 9mm so much now that 45's kind of throwing me off a little bit. Still like it. It's a nice change, but you can't beat this Les Baer. Hey folks, back. I'm gonna give you final thoughts on this Thunder Ranch. This is a good gun. This is the first high end to me 1911 I ever bought. It's as accurate as they come. All Les Baers are. It is a soft shooter. I can't say enough good about it. Just the way it feels in my hand, it feels just a little bit different from other 1911s. Anybody that owns a Les Baer will be able to tell you it feels just a little bit different. I want to address a misconception there is about tight 1911s. Some people tell you tight 1911s won't run. Well, I can tell you with this tight 1911, it runs 100%. Well, there is no such thing as a 100% reliable gun. All guns will fail at some point. but this gun runs as reliably as you want it to run. I've never had a problem with this gun being so tight that it won't run. I've run it through classes that consist of 1,000 round over a day or two. Put a little drop of oil on the rails, it runs like a champ. I can see where they used to take old Colts, peen the rails down, refit barrels to them, things like that. Those guns did have problems running. They were tight, but they did have problems running. This gun was built from the ground up to be tight. And I can vouch for this Les Baer and every other Les Baer I've owned about 7 or 8 of them. They all run. I have never had a problem with any of my Les Baers. And if I did, I'd tell you. But I don't have problems with them. One area that some people complain about problems is the slide stop lobe on the inside, the part that holds your gun open when the magazine pushes up on it. Some people say those tend to break off, especially on the hard chrome models. Some people have problems with the extractor, especially on the hard chrome models. I think it's common with the hard chrome models is they're having those parts breakages. I've never experienced those parts breakages. Well, I take it back. I have experienced one broken extractor on the Les Baer. That was a high round count Les Baer, and I did break the extractor on it, but that's common on 1911s in general. But like I said, it was a high round count. Overall, I cannot say enough good about this gun. Some people get on to me and say, I can't believe you Cerakoted a Les Baer. Well, she was looking pretty ratchet. I mean, she was looking pretty bad when I got done carrying her every day. I live in Tennessee, so we got a lot of heat and humidity in the summertime, and she was looking pretty rough. But I wanted to clean her up and take her back to almost new status, so I could take her out and enjoy her every once in a while and have her looking good again. So that's why I Cerakoted it. But hope y'all enjoyed the video. Hopefully I'll have another one out for you next week, and give me a thumbs up if you like it. If you don't like it, give me a thumbs down. Say something down there in the comments. I try to answer everybody that comments on my videos. I'm not always right. Nobody's always right, and I'll admit that. But unlike some gun guys, they're not going to admit when they're wrong. If I'm wrong, I'll admit I'm wrong. But I appreciate y'all watching, and hopefully I'll see you back next week.